We welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are coming back, and if you're just joining us, well, you've missed out on what has been one of the best halves, one of the most exciting halves we've had so far this season. FEU and Salle very rarely disappoint when they meet each other, but this one has been just a flamethrower battle as they've been throwing haymakers left and right, been receiving it and been giving it back almost possession per possession, Marco.
Well, it was a quality second quarter in particular. Just one turnover for FEU in that second quarter. 2 turnovers only for the De La Salle Green Archers. It's a quality ball game we've seen so far. Field goal percentage-wise, 42% from long distance, 52% from overall for FEU, while for Salle, they were shooting really well as well, 53% from the field. So it's been a great half of basketball. Started out slowly, similar to their first round encounter, but then picked it up in that second quarter, especially Arvin Tolentino, especially Justin Baltazar. 8 points apiece for these 2 key guys from each team.
Yeah, especially the end of that first period where you kind of really sensed that, you know, they were starting to lean into it, talking about both teams and really kind of getting their bearings under them. And now they're really shooting for everything as we take a look at the numbers story, as you know, they really felt the importance of what this game means to both programs.
You talk about the quality of the ball game. Field goal percentage about 50% for the FEU Tamarao, slightly below that for the Green Archers. 3-point field goal percentage. Salle had just 2 3-pointers in that last game against Adams, and already with 4 here in one half of basketball. FEU shooting much better, 6 of 14 second chance points. This is Salle's strength, second chance points and rebounding. 8 second chance points anchored on 11 offensive rebounds. For FEU, it's been the turnovers that they've forced. They forced Salle to 4 turnovers the entire first half rather, but they've capitalized, scoring 5 points off turnovers, while Salle has yet to capitalize on FEU's 6 turnovers in the first half.
You see the leaders on the board, and the other key statistic, as we talk about stats that eventually even themselves out, Marco, because it is a tie ball game after all, but not a lot of stoppages in this game, not a lot of free throws taken. A total of 5 free throws taken so far, all of them by De La Salle. They've made 2 out of the 5, and FEU so far hasn't been able to cut to the line yet. They're 0 for 0. No 15-foot attempts for them on free charities. So that, I'm sure, is a point of contention for the FEU Tamaraos. We'll talk about them in a second. Right now, let's go over to Ayana Perlas, who's courtside for us and was just in the De La Salle dugout. Ayana, what can you tell us?
Relax lang and settle down is all you will hear in the dugout. Nikko and Marco, as you can see at the half, the Archers seem to be struggling to make their shots and brought it to a tie. The coaching staff reminded the boys to keep their composure, tighten up their defense, and be patient in executing their plays and do not rush their shots. As the team reviewed their defensive schemes, assistant coach Glenn Capascio voiced out that the team should avoid lapses on defense in order for them to get back into this ballgame. Offensively, the Archers should be able to execute their plays well in order to come out victorious. The Archers know the sense of urgency of winning today's game, and they are determined to get it done. Back to you, Nikko and Marco.
Well, thanks a lot, Diana. And that kind of, I guess, is the message here for De La Salle. I guess their takeaway is they feel like we should have the lead in this ball game, and we should have put some distance between us and FEU. Just a couple of baskets that we should have made.
The shots have been there for the Green Archers. They've had their open looks. Montalvo's had some open looks. Melecios had some open looks. But sometimes it just does not fall. It's what happened against Adamson. It's been happening a little bit in this ball game, but overall the quality has been better for Salle. The rebounding, their monsters rebounding, especially in the offensive glass, just really keeping them in the game, and expect that to continue here in the second half.
Well, lipat tayo sa kabilang banda, and let's see how the green and the gold talked about things as Sydney Crespo reports for FEU. Sid, go ahead.
Yes, Nikko and Marco, we've mentioned a couple of times how important this game is for both teams, but Coach Olsen emphasizes inside the dugout, we need to make things happen. There was some good energy inside the dugout. Everyone was just actively communicating to each other, and Prince was even rallying to the team that they can close out this game successfully with just one room for improvement, and that is to be more involved in the offensive rebounds. What do you think, Nikko and Marco?
Well, thanks a lot, Sid, and much with the La Salle sense of things. If you're in a tie game, if the game is as high quality as this and you're a coach, wala ka naman talagang mapupuna that your team isn't doing well. you really have to laser focus in now, Marco, on particular things. For LaSalle, it was, you know, making makeable shots, and I guess for FEU, it's that offensive rebounding story that you mentioned.
You just don't want to give LaSalle too many opportunities to score, because one way or the other, that is going to hurt you. Right now, it's interesting. At the halftime break, FEU is making shooting drills, especially on that corner. So they expect LaSalle to zone them. They expect that corner shot to be open for them, and they're preparing for that in the second half.
You know, that's right. You know, that's an unusual sight, you know, here at the half for any team. There you see, they're all lined up there. The other line is just passing the ball off of penetration and passing specifically to that corner. We'll see how that shakes out for all of us and for FEU moving into the next period. Before